Hi, hello everyone! I'm Toshi from Japan and tourist guide for foreigners. In this video, I'll show you
9 new things every tourist must know in 2026.
Japan is changing fast, and if you're planning a trip in 2026, there are some major updates you need to know. From a new transit card that could replace Suica, to the end of paper train tickets, and big rule changes for trains and flights, a lot has changed. In this video, I'll cover 9 important updates that can help make your trip easier, cheaper, and a lot more enjoyable. Plus, I also offer guided tour in Japan, travel itineraries based on trip duration and area, and recommendations for unique cultural experiences.
You can find more information in the description below. So, let's get started.
Number 1 is no more train tickets. Did you know that train tickets in Japan are about to change? JR East, the company behind Suica, has announced plans to phase out traditional magnetic paper tickets starting in 2027 and replace them with QR code tickets. Today, paper tickets are inserted into the ticket gate. With the new system, you'll simply scan a QR code to enter and exit the station. There are 2 main reasons for this change. First, magnetic tickets are not environmentally friendly because the magnetic layer must be removed during recycling. Second, paper tickets can sometimes get stuck in ticket gates, causing delays and maintenance problems. To address these issues, JR East and other railway companies are moving toward QR-based ticketing. The new QR tickets will also be larger, similar in size to today's limited express tickets. The good news is that if you use Suica, Pasmo, or another IC card, nothing will change for you.
If you still use paper tickets, just remember this update for your next trip to Japan.
Number 2 is new IC card for tourists. Starting in May 2026, Tokyo Metro began selling a new IC card called Tourist Pasmo. This card is designed especially for international visitors and follows the same concept as the old Pasmo passport that was available until 2024. It's a limited-term IC card made for short trips to Japan. The design is also very unique. It uses Japanese kanji characters as the main theme, giving it a cool and traditional Japanese style that many travelers will probably love. Now you might be wondering, what's the difference compared to other IC cards? Actually, the functions are almost exactly the same as JR East's Welcome Suica. It's valid for 28 days from the purchase date, there's no deposit fee, and you can also use it for shopping with electronic payments. But keep in mind, even if money is left on the card, refunds are not available. You'll be able to buy it at train stations in Narita and Haneda airports.
Since it works almost the same as Welcome Suica, I recommend choosing the design you like more.
Number 3 is Android Suica. Good news for Android users visiting Japan. Until now, mobile Suica only worked on iPhones or Japanese Android devices. So if you were using an overseas Android phone, you usually had to buy a physical IC card like Suica or Pasmo. But now, there's finally a major update. JR East announced that overseas Samsung Galaxy smartphones released after 2027 will support Welcome Suica Mobile for international travelers. This is a very positive step, and there's a good chance this support could expand to other Android devices in the future. I'll keep you updated when more information is announced. Also, if you're not sure which IC card is best for your Japan trip, I explained everything in another video.
If you haven't seen it yet, definitely check it out before your trip.
If you would like a personal guide in Japan or need recommendations for travel plans and cultural experiences,
Please contact me from the link in the description section.
Number 4 is Kyoto Travel Alert. Kyoto is one of Japan's most visited cities, and it's currently dealing with serious over-tourism. Because of this, the city is strongly promoting what they call hands-free sightseeing, which means tourists are encouraged not to bring large luggage on city buses. In reality, this has already led to situations where people with big suitcases are effectively denied boarding. When I visited Kyoto in November 2025, I saw several travelers turned away during peak hours because their bags were simply too large. According to the official bus rules, luggage must be under 1 meter in length and under 10 kilograms in total weight. At the moment, going over these limits won't automatically get you rejected or charged extra, but Kyoto's Transportation Bureau is considering stricter enforcement, including possible fees or tighter size restrictions. Of course, storing your luggage at a hotel or in station lockers is one option, but sometimes you just have to carry big bags, especially when your hotel is located in an area that can only be reached by bus. In those cases, you may end up needing to take a taxi, which can be significantly more expensive. In a previous video, I explained which parts of Kyoto are convenient to stay in, and which areas are best avoided for this reason.
So if you want to a smoother and more affordable trip, make sure to check out that video as well.
Number 5 is new Shinkansen Rule. If you're planning to visit Japan in 2026, there are 2 important Shinkansen rules you should know. First, large luggage requires extra planning. Some Shinkansen trains have dedicated oversized luggage areas, but space is limited. If you're traveling with a large suitcase, it's strongly recommended that you reserve a luggage space when buying your ticket. Without a reservation, you may be charged an additional fee of 1,000 yen. If you're unsure whether your luggage qualifies as oversized, ask a station staff member. Second, seat reservations are becoming more important during Japan's busiest travel periods. This includes the summer vacation period from August 7th to 16th, Silver Week from September 18th to 23rd, and the New Year holiday period from December 25th through January 5th. Starting in autumn 2026, this policy will also apply to some 3-day holiday weekends, including October 10th to 12th and November 21st to 23rd. In the past, passengers could stand in non-reserved cars when trains were full. On certain services, that option is no longer available. Without a reservation, you may not be able to board during busy periods. This mainly affects popular routes connecting Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, Hiroshima, and Fukuoka.
So remember, reserve space for large luggage and book your Shinkansen seat early.
Number 6 is new flight rule. If you're flying to or from Japan in 2026, there is an important new rule about power banks you should know. I mentioned an earlier update in a previous video, but now there is an even bigger change. Starting around mid-April 2026, new restrictions will apply to power banks on flights arriving in or departing from Japan. Until now, passengers were allowed to use a power bank during the flight to charge devices like smartphones. But under the new rule, 2 major restrictions will be introduced. First, using power banks inside the cabin will be prohibited. This means you cannot use them to charge your phone, and you also cannot charge the power bank itself during the flight. Second, the number you can bring is limited to 2 per passenger. Previously, as long as the batteries met safety standards, you could bring multiple units, but that will no longer be allowed. This rule applies to all passengers on flights arriving in or departing from Japan. The reason is safety. Around the world, there have been increasing incidents of power banks overheating, producing smoke, or even catching fire on airplanes. So if you need to charge your devices,
use charging stations at the airport or the power outlets at your seat instead.
Number 7 is record high airfare fee. Although tensions in the Middle East appear to be easing, the impact on travelers to Japan is far from over. As I mentioned in a previous video, Japan's 2 largest airlines, ANA and Japan Airlines, doubled some fuel surcharges starting in May 2026, and now they've announced another increase. For tickets issued in July and August 2026, fuel surcharges have reached record highs. For example, flights between Japan and North America, Europe, or the Middle East now carry a surcharge of up to 65,000 yen one way. Even flights between Japan and South Korea now have a surcharge of 7,400 yen one way, the highest level ever recorded. Since airfare is often one of the biggest travel expenses, these increases could have a significant impact on your travel budget. At this time, it has not yet been announced whether these record-high surcharges will continue for tickets issued from September onward.
I'll keep you updated with any new information, so please subscribe to my channel.
Number 8 is Departure Tax Update. In a previous video, I talked about Japan's planned departure tax increase. Now there are 2 important updates you should know. First, the new departure tax has officially been confirmed at a flat rate of 3,000 yen per person, regardless of your flight class. Originally, Japan considered charging 3,000 yen for economy class and 5,000 yen for business and first-class passengers. But that idea was reportedly dropped because it would make the system too complicated to manage. Second, the new tax will officially apply to flights departing Japan on or after July 1st, 2026. So if you leave Japan after that date, you'll need to pay the new 3,000 yen departure tax. However, you usually won't pay it separately at the airport. In most cases, the tax will simply be included in your airline ticket price. And this change doesn't only affect foreign tourists. The tax applies to everyone leaving Japan, including Japanese travelers, so honestly, many people in Japan are not happy about it either. That said, Japan is not the only country with a departure tax. For example, the United States charges around 3,500 yen, Egypt around 3,900 yen, and Australia can charge up to 7,000 yen.
If you want to visit Japan at a lower cost, it may be better to travel sooner.
Number 9 is Tokyo Free Bus. Here's something you can experience in Tokyo that feels like a glimpse into the future. A free autonomous bus service has started operating between Tokyo Station, the Imperial Palace area, and Yurakucho. As Japan faces a shortage of bus drivers and other transportation workers, autonomous vehicles are seen as one possible solution for the future. The best part is that no reservation is required, and the ride is completely free. Currently, this bus operates at level 2 autonomy, which means a driver is still on board and can take control when needed. However, the long-term goal is to develop level 4 autonomous driving, allowing the bus to operate on its own in one of the world's busiest cities. On weekdays, the bus runs from around 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 4:50 p.m. On weekends and holidays, it operates from around 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. and 2:30 p.m. to 5:50 p.m. There is no fixed timetable, and buses circulate approximately every 40 to 50 minutes. If you're visiting Tokyo, give it a try and experience the future of transportation.
How was today's video? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like button. See you in my next video. Bye!